Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me on your mat today for our Yoga 101. Today's practice is all about getting back to the basics. We're going to cover a couple of the most common yoga poses that you'll see in a yoga class. This is great for beginners or anyone who's interested in really getting to the root of those basic poses. Grab your mat and let's get started. To begin, let's get started in our Sukhasana, or our easy seat. This is a nice basic position to get started in. It's sitting almost crisscross applesauce with one leg in front of the other. You could also advance it by bringing one foot on top of the right thigh or left thigh. If you'd like a little bit more of a restorative variation, you could take this pose from a chair, making sure that your feet touch the ground completely, feeling grounded, and sitting up nice and tall. This is a great place to start your practice. From here, let's begin with 3 big shoulder rolls. Inhaling our shoulders up by our ears, feeling the tension, and then exhaling, rolling them down our back. Do that 2 more times. Inhale, pull your shoulders up by your ears, and exhale, let them fall down your back. Final round, inhale, roll your shoulders up by your ears, pause and hold your breath here. Feel the tension between your shoulders and your ears. Squeeze even more. And then using an exhale, let the shoulders fall down. The shoulder blades should be squeezing together, and our hands can come to rest comfortably on our thighs. From here, allow your eyes to close or soften, and begin to notice your breath. Breath work is just as important as the actual poses in yoga. Yoga actually means to yoke, to unify, to bring together the breath and the body. So we'll begin with a little bit of pranayama. That means breath work. Our prana is our breath. It is our life force and our energy. So beginning to draw our attention inward towards that breath. Today I'm going to guide us through our Ujjayi breath, our victorious yogi breath, which is just a simple in and out through the nose breathing technique. We'll seal our lips and begin to breathe in through your nose, feeling the oxygen fill up, tracing all the way down to the bottom of the belly, and then exhaling through your nose. See if you can constrict the back of your throat, making almost an ocean sound. Imagine yourself fogging up a mirror that's held underneath of your nose. Taking 2 more breaths, inhale through your nose, and exhale through your nose. Really trying to press the air out on the exhale. Inhale through your nose. And exhale, search for that ocean sound. One more time, inhale. And exhale. You can release that breath for now, blinking open your eyes. Next, we're going to take our hands to Anjali Mudra, heart center. That's in a prayer position, palms touching, shoulders still pulling down, thumbs connecting to the sternum or the heart center space. From here, we'll set an intention for our practice. Palms connecting, unifying the left and right side of the body. Always working towards that yoga, that unification to bring together. Take a big inhale, breathing an intention to tune into the body. And then exhaling, bowing our head down to our hands, sealing that intention in. Knowing that once we set our intention and our energy on a goal, we automatically begin to bring it towards us. Lift your gaze and blink open your eyes. From here, sweep your arms down, around, and up, reaching and extending through your fingers. Feel your hips grounded to your mat or to your chair. Reach and extend through your fingers, and as you exhale, flip your right palm out, reaching the right palm down to the ground, coming into our side body stretch. Inhale, extend through your left fingers, and exhale, bend into your right elbow as you reach up and over. Imagine creating length through your torso. We're not collapsing. We're lengthening through the body. Our hips stay fully grounded. Reaching up and over, taking 2 breaths. Let's try that Ujjayi breath. Seal your lips, inhale through the nose, and exhale, ocean sound through the nose. One more, inhale through the nose, and exhale, ocean sound out through the nose. Inhale, let's rise right back up. Right arm reaches up. Extend through your fingers, and then flip your palm to the outside, left palm to the outside. Left hand is going to come down. On an inhale, we'll extend through our right fingers, And as we exhale, bending into our left elbow, reach up and over with the right. Again, think lengthening, creating and taking up space, not collapsing, reaching through. Taking 2 Ujjayi breaths here. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Next inhale is going to lift the left arm right back up. And exhale, let's bring our hands back to Anjali Mudra. Beautiful work. From here, we're going to begin to transition into our tabletop position, setting up for cat-cow. Let's reach our arms forward at the shoulder height. Take a big inhale, and as you exhale, reach your fingers as far forward as you can while keeping your hips planted. From here, you can just get a nice deep stretch in the low back, but it's also a nice way to transition, continuing to crawl your fingers forward and rolling over onto your knees. If that transition doesn't work for you, you can always just take your hands to the side and find a way onto all fours. From all fours, we're going to make sure that our hands are directly under our shoulders. You can always take them a little bit wider if you have any shoulder tension or tightness. The wider your hands are, the softer this will be on your shoulders and your heart space. Think of your pinky fingers to the outer edge of your mat as a guide. From here, knees are directly underneath of the hips. Tops of the feet can be pressing down, or you can have your toes tucked under. Toes tucked under is just a little bit softer on the knees. Take your gaze down. Imagine pressing the ground away with your hands. From here, see if you can rotate your biceps in and forward so that your elbow creases are facing towards the front of your mat. From here, inhale, we're going to drop our belly. Slow and steady here. Hands stay exactly where they are. Knees stay exactly where they are. So now we've created a big stretch through our front body. Our gaze gently lifts. And as we exhale, starting with your tailbone, round the tailbone under. Press the palms into the mat and round through your spine, finding cat position. On an inhale, we're going to drop our belly, lifting our tailbone, heart pulling forward. And then exhale, we're going to round through our spine, finding our cat pose. Let's take 2 more rounds now, incorporating that Ujjayi breath. Inhale through your nose, drop your belly, pulling your heart forward, lifting your gaze, and exhaling through the nose, tucking your tailbone, chin tucks towards the chest, crown of the head reaches down. One more time, inhale through your nose, drop your belly, pressing the hands into the ground, heart pulls forward. Exhale, rounding through the spine, starting at the low back, rounding through cat pose. Inhale to your neutral spine. Now we're going to work towards our most common yoga pose, working towards our downward facing dog. So again, let's rotate our biceps in and forward. Imagine rotating the arms so the elbow creases face the front of your mat. If your toes aren't tucked, tuck them now. From here, we're going to press through our heels, lifting our knees, and then pressing our heels towards the ground. Press through your fingertips and the pads of your knuckles to take that pressure out of your wrists. Most likely, if this is your first down dog of the day, your heels might not reach. That's perfectly fine. The purpose of down dog is to find length in the spine. So we're going to focus there. Inhale, rise to your tippy toes. So now the weight is slightly forward. We're going to bend into our left knee and we're going to reach through our right heel. Maybe with that one knee bent, we can get a little lower in that right leg. Imagine pressing your chest towards the left thigh and keeping your gaze in between your heels. Your chin is tucked towards your chest and you're pressing through your fingertips and the pads of your palms. Again, make sure you're rotating your biceps in and forward, creating more length, drawing your ears a little closer to your shoulders. We'll take 1 round of Ujjayi breath here. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Inhale, rise to both tippy toes. This time bending into your right knee, reach through your left heel. Keep those fingertips pressing into the mat. Finding that nice long line through the spine. Pressing your chest a little closer to your right thigh. Take a full deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. This time we're going to rise to both tippy toes and we're going to bend into both knees.
So now really focusing on the length of the spine. Tailbone is reaching up towards the sky. Our chest is pressing close to our thighs, and our biceps are rotating in and forward. You've got this. Reach through your heels. See if you can reach just a little bit further. Your heels probably won't come down all the way just yet, but they might. So honor where your body is today. Take one more full deep breath in and out. From here, inhale, rise to your tippy toes. Bend into your knees again, this time taking your gaze between your hands, transitioning from your heels to your hands. From here, taking 6 tiny steps, we'll walk our feet forward, in between our hands, coming to another very familiar pose, our standing forward fold, our Uttanasana. From here, feet are hip distance apart. Let's take a moment lifting all 10 toes, feeling the 4 corners of our feet grounded to the mat. From here, we're going to grab opposite elbows, laying our toes back down, tuck your chin towards your chest, place a gentle bend in your knees, imagine laying your belly on your thighs. From here, gently begin to sway side to side, finding a nice soft opening of the low back. Breathing deeply in through your nose and out through your nose. In through your nose and out through your nose. You're doing great. Release your hands down. Bend even more into your knees. Feel grounded through the 4 corners of your feet. We're going to slow and steady root to rise, rounding up 1 vertebrae at a time as we rise to a standing position, sweeping our arms up overhead and exhaling our hands back down to Anjali Mudra. Take a moment here. Tuck your tailbone underneath. That's going to activate your core. Feel the 4 corners of your feet rooted. Then bending into your knees, inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. And as you exhale, bring your hands down by your sides, palms facing forward, coming into one of my absolute favorite poses, our Tadasana Mountain Pose. This pose is so wonderful because it is really the place of pure potential. It is standing in your strength, knowing you are enough just as you are. And it's the opening to so many positions here, feeling grounded and strong, rooted and supported by our mat. Using your next inhale, guide your arms up overhead. We're going to take it right back down to our forward fold. Exhale, hinging from your hips. Keep your spine long. Drag your hands down as if you're slicing a line down towards the ground with your hands. From here, inhale, we're going to lift and lengthen halfway, coming to our Ardha Uttanasana. Our hands are going to slide all the way up to our thighs. We're going to squeeze the elbows in by our side, shoulder blades squeezing together, and our gaze is going to come down to the ground. We have almost a figure 7 shape. This is a very strong core and low back strength in our here. Weight is equal in all 4 corners of the feet, and as we exhale, we're going to melt forward. Let's do that 2 more times using our Ujjayi breath. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, hands to thighs. Exhale, fold it forward. Final time, inhale, lift and lengthen. And exhale, breathing out through the nose, fold forward. From here, bend into your knees as deep as you need to reach your hands to the ground. We're going to step our right foot to the back of the mat, softening our right knee down. You can keep the toes tucked for a little softer stretch on the knee, or you can untuck the toes, pressing the top of the foot into the mat. Using your next inhale, you're going to sweep your arms back behind you. Palms are going to face down. This is called airplane arms. Then sweeping the arms down and up, we rise into our Anjaneyasana, our low crescent lunge. Right hip is pulling forward, left hip is pulling back. Imagine a pair of scissors pulling towards one another. That's how we create strength. And then with that strength, with that continuous pull, we can sink a little bit lower into that left leg. Arms are reaching up overhead, taking 2 Ujjayi breaths here. You've got it. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Take 1 more inhale through your nose. Exhale, release your hands down, framing your left foot. From here, we're going to tuck our right toes underneath, peel your right knee up, and step your right foot forward to meet your left. Really great. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Find your Ardha Uttanasana, that figure 7. And then exhale, fold forward, bending into your knees as much as you need to plant your hands down. From here, stepping the weight into your right foot, we'll slide our left foot to the back of the mat. Really take a big step. Soften your left knee down. Make sure your right knee is over your right ankle. Inhale, airplane arms, palms face down. And exhale, rise up. Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge. From here, left hip pulls forward, right hip pulls back. Reach and extend through your fingers. 2 Ujjayi breaths. Inhale, through the nose, exhale, through the nose. Search for that ocean sound. You got it. Inhale, and exhale. Take one more inhale, reach through your fingers. Exhale, bring your hands down, framing your right foot. Tuck your left toes underneath, lift your left knee up, and step your left foot forward to meet your right. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Ardha Uttanasana, we're getting used to it. Exhale, fold and release. From here, bend into your knees, root to rise, slow and steady. Roll up one vertebrae at a time. And sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, your hands come down, heart center, kind of like a reset. We're refocusing on that intention, getting back to the basics, starting fresh, working into one of our favorite poses. We're working into our chair pose, so a really strong leg strengthener here. This is really a big part of our Surya Namaskar V, our Sun Salutation V. We're going to bring our big toes to touch, keeping our heels 2 to 3 inches apart. Keep that tailbone tucked, core is drawn in. If you have any low back pain, keep your feet hip distance or slightly wider. From here, we're going to begin to press our hips back, bending into our knees as if we're sitting in a chair. From here, I like to sweep my arms back into that airplane arms, palms sweeping back, and then taking my fingertips down to the ground. I graze my fingers, dropping my hips 2 inches lower as I sweep my arms up. From here, I take my hands a little bit wider than shoulder width, rotate my pinky fingers up and back, and I gaze down to make sure I can clearly see all 10 toes. Making sure that the weight is mostly in my heels, I lift my 10 toes, and then I gently place them back down. We'll take 2 Ujjayi breaths here. Inhale, exhale, you got it, just one more. Inhale, and exhale. On your next inhale, press through your heels, straighten arms and legs, and take your hands down by your sides with the palms facing forward. Turn your feet back parallel, Tadasana Mountain Pose. Really great, let's catch our breath. Taking one big inhale. This time open your mouth and exhale, sigh it out. Good work. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. And exhale, pull your hands down, heart center. We're going to work into Warrior One. We're going to step the weight into our right foot. From here, take your left foot about 3 feet back behind you. From here, bend into your right knee, stacking it over your right ankle. We're going to drop our left heel in 45 degrees. So now we have a 45-degree angle. We get the power of our pose from the pinky edge of that left foot. Imagine pressing through that left pinky edge, rotating your left hip forward and your right hip back. So we're squaring off the hips. We stay nice and low in that right knee. And then we're going to sweep our arms down, around and up, rising up. Warrior One. So the power of the pose really comes from the pinky edge. Our left hip is pulling forward, right hip is pulling back. Tailbone is tucked under, and we reach and extend through our fingers. 2 Ujjayi breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. From here, working into our Warrior Two. We're going to bring our heel in 45 more degrees. So now we have a 90-degree, a parallel line with the back of our mat. We're going to fan our arms open into a T. Now in Warrior Two, you should gaze down and your right heel should be exactly in line with your left arch. So if it's not, just adjust. I also like to take my stance a little bit wider in Warrior Two. You really want your stance as wide as your arm span. From here, rotate your torso slightly back so that your shoulders are stacked over your hips. Arms extend out to a T. We pull our pinky fingers back, extending and expanding through the heart, and we gaze over our right knee. Make sure you can see your big toe. That means the knee is pressing out over your second and third toes, and we're protecting that knee. We'll take 2 Ujjayi breaths here. taking our gaze of our right middle finger. Take 2 breaths, seal your lips, inhale through the nose, and exhale through the nose. One more, inhale through the nose, and exhale through the nose. From here, sweeping your left arm down, pivot onto the ball of your left foot, bending deep into your right knee. We're working right into our crescent lunge. Left hip pulls forward, right hip pulls back. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. From here, stepping weight into your right foot. Bring your left foot forward to meet your right. Take an inhale, reaching your arms up overhead. And exhale, bring your hands down by your side. Find your mountain pose. Feel the difference from side to side. And let's begin on that second side. This is it. Stay with me. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. From here, we're going to step the weight into our left foot, taking our right foot about 3 feet back behind us. We drop our right heel in 45 degrees. From here, right hip pulls forward, left hip pulls back. We bend into our left knee enough that our left knee is tucked over our left ankle. Our right hip continues to press forward with the power of the pinky edge of our right foot. We tuck our tailbone under and sink a little lower. 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale and exhale. From here, draw your heel in 45 more degrees. Fan your arms out at shoulder height. Gaze down. Make sure your left heel is in line with your right arch. Widen your stance to the width of your arm span. From here, again, pressing through the outer edge of your right foot, sink a little lower in your left knee. Take a gaze over your left knee. Make sure you can see your big toe. That makes the left knee press out over the second and third toes, protecting your knees. Tailbone is tucked under, pinky fingers pulled back. Heart is broadening towards the wide edge of your mat. Take one more full deep breath in and out. From here, right hand is going to sweep down. We're going to rotate onto the ball of the right foot, bending deeper into our left knee, coming into our high crescent lunge. Take a full deep breath here. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. One more time. Inhale and exhale, stepping the weight into your left foot. Let's meet at the top of our mat. Inhale, extend through your fingers, and exhale, pull your hands down to heart center. Really great work. We'll take one more round of those poses and add on just 2 more poses to those that we've got. Bending into the knees, inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Stepping the weight into your right foot, take your left foot 3 feet back behind you. Drop your left heel in 45 degrees. Press through that left hip, squaring off the hips, and bend into your right knee, warrior 1. Take in full deep Ujjayi breath here. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Draw your heel in 45 more degrees. Fan open your arms, widen your stance. Sinking into your warrior 2. Right knee over right ankle. Right knee presses out over the second and third toes. Arms extend, torso pulls back. Gaze comes over the middle finger. Extend through your fingers, sending energy out through your arms. Take an inhale and an exhale. Using your next inhale, reach your rib cage forward, shifting it over the right thigh. Right fingers reach forward. We drop our right elbow down to our right knee, and left arm lifts towards the sky, coming to our extended side angle pose. Tailbone tucks under, giving a squeeze to the glutes, and our left arm reaches up towards the sky. If you'd like to experience a side body stretch, you're going to flip your left palm towards the front of your mat and reach it up and over your left ear. Straight line from your fingertips down to the pinky edge of that left foot. 2 breaths here. Inhale and exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. From here, inhale, rise up, right back into our warrior 2. Pull that torso back. Take your gaze over your right middle finger. From here, we're going to straighten into the right leg. Very similar to extended side angle, we're going to reach the torso and the right fingers forward. Hips press towards the back of your mat. More weight comes into the pinky edge of that foot. Reach through your right fingers as far as you can, and then take your right hand down to your shin. If you have a block or a stack of books, you can place them underneath. Or you can take that hand all the way down to the ground behind the leg. Left arm is going to stack on top of the left shoulder. And again, we're activating, we're squeezing through our glutes, pressing our hips in line with our heels and reaching through the left fingers. This is Trikonasana triangle pose. We're looking for 3 triangles here. 1 between my feet, 1 in this space between the arms, and 1 from the point of my left fingers to my right toes to my left heel. Take a big inhale and exhale. From here, we're just going to bend back into our right knee, rising right back up, warrior 2. Again, coming through that high crescent, rotate the left arm down, pivoting onto the ball of the left foot, sink deep into the right knee, and step the left foot forward to meet the right. Take a big inhale, and exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Retuck those hips, recenter the weight between the heels. Same thing, second side, this is it. Final flow here. Take an inhale. On your exhale, step your right foot back 3 feet. Drop your right heel in, press from the power of the pinky edge of the right foot, and sink deep into the left knee. Sweep your arms down, around, and up, reaching up. Full Ujjayi breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale opens the arms. We drop our right heel in, 45 more degrees, coming into that 90 degree. We make sure our left heel bisects the right arch. We pull our pinky fingers back, broadening through the heart. Take a gaze down over the left knee, make sure we can see our big toe. And we tuck our tailbone as we sink that left knee over the left ankle. Take an Ujjayi breath here as we look over our left middle finger, big inhale. And exhale. Next inhale is going to shift our rib cage over that left thigh, reaching through our left fingers. And then once we've reached our furthest point, we drop the left elbow down to the left knee, and right arm reaches up towards the sky. Extended side angle, squeeze into your glutes, tucking the tailbone in line with your heels, hips in line with heels. Then flip your right palm towards the front of your mat. Reaching the right hand over the right ear. Get that full side body stretch. Feeling the stretch through the ribs, from the fingertips all the way to the outer edge of that right foot. Take an Ujjayi breath here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, we rise right back up into our warrior 2. Fan the arms, pull the shoulder blades back, sink a little lower. Take 1 inhale, and on your exhale, straighten through your left leg. Begin to press your hips towards the back of your mat. Reach through your left fingers. Coming into Trikonasana, triangle pose, the second side. Left hand down to your shin or the ground. Right arm stacks on top of right shoulder. We can stay here, 2 breaths in and out. Find those 3 triangles. Inhale and exhale, bending into your left knee. Inhale, rise up, warrior 2, final time. Right arm sweeps down to meet the left. We pivot onto the ball of the right foot. Right hip pulls forward, left hip pulls back. Bend into your left knee, take an inhale. And on your exhale, step your right foot forward to meet your left. Take an inhale, reaching up. And exhale, pull your hands down to heart center. Thank you so much for taking the time to show up on your mat today to recenter with the basics of our yoga practice. Keep coming back to this practice, really get comfortable with these poses, and the rest of your practices will be so much easier. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your day.